to Vandergraaf for sponsoring this Road to Recovery video. Visit their website to learn how the Grizzly Drive drum motor increases the reliability and reduces the cost of ownership of conveyor systems.
Hey again, I'm Kevin Yannick with Pit and Quarry. I want to share 3 trends we're seeing at the moment as it relates to the aggregate industry's ongoing recovery. First, aggregate pricing gains are driving producers forward. The first quarter's long over at this point, and while most of the producers' first quarter reports have been published, what we're finding is we're sifting through them is that aggregate pricing is something that's really keeping aggregate producers not just afloat, but allowing them to see good gains in their businesses. And this is happening while some producers are experiencing down shipments or volumes in the first quarter. Some examples: Vulcan Materials in the first quarter says freight adjusted pricing in aggregates was up 2%. Martin Marietta, the nation's number 2 aggregate producer, says aggregate pricing was up 3.4% in the first quarter, or about 2.5% on a mix adjusted basis. This while its aggregate shipments were down 3% compared to the first quarter of 2020. And another statistic that stood out to us was that U.S. Concrete, which is experiencing good growth in its aggregate business over the last year, reports that the average selling price related to the mix of products sold was up 8.9%. That's a big statistic for U.S. Concrete. The second trend we're seeing at the magazine these days is that mergers and acquisitions are picking up. They're really gaining steam, and they went on pause in 2020 with the pandemic settling in and putting an air of uncertainty out there for producers. But producers made it through 2020. They're already experiencing good growth here in 2021. And with a war chest of cash sitting on their hands, they're ready to go out and make some deals. Arcosa, for example, just completed its big deal with Stone Point Materials at the beginning of April. Stone Point, of course, is a top 25 U.S. aggregate producing company. They operate in 9 states. That's a big deal for Arcosa. And another big deal that emerged coming out of the first quarter is that Martin Marietta is acquiring Tiller Corporation. Tiller, of course, has roots in Minneapolis, St. Paul. That'll give Martin Marietta, again, the industry's number 2 producer, good growth in a big key market there. Thirdly, industry events are getting underway, finally. ConExpo ConAg was the last time the industry got together in mass, and we're here in May, looking into June. The World of Concrete is on the doorstep. It's going to be really the nation's first big trade show to get back underway since the onset of the pandemic. Behind that, MINExpo International is going to take place in September. It's slated to go. All systems seem to be go for MINExpo. That got postponed last year, but we're looking at that here in September. And more close to the magazine, we're getting ready to host our annual roundtable June 2nd and 3rd. That's going to take place in Asheville. That, like so many other events, was postponed in March, but we're ready to go here in June and looking forward to getting the industry back together. So while there's still a long way to go to normalcy for the aggregate industry, we're certainly getting there. We're seeing good growth in aggregate pricing. We're seeing mergers and acquisitions pick up, and industry events are returning after a long hiatus. For more Road to Recovery coverage with Pit and Quarry, visit our website. Check out pitandquarry.com/road to recovery.
Thank you to Vandergraaf for sponsoring this Road to Recovery video. Visit their website to learn how the Grizzly Drive drum motor increases the reliability and reduces the cost of ownership of conveyor systems.